Today I'm going to try to create my own handbag tag for the first time, and so we'll see how well this tag video does. But as you saw on the thumbnail and the title, the tag is the 5 bags in my collection with the best leather. So I don't know if this has been done before. I've only been watching YouTube for the last 2 years maybe, so please let me know if this handbag tag has been done before. But I just thought we talk a lot about different aspects of a bag, and for me, the one that always makes me fall in love with a bag is usually the feel of the leather. You know, so I talked about it in my Hermes versus the Row video. That's sort of what made me think about this video, because in terms of leather, I said once you touch the Row, that's when you fall in love. And so I thought I'd just go over the 5 bags in my collection that have the best 5 leathers, in my humble opinion. And I'm just talking about like feel. So, you know, not durability, cost, or whatever. It's just when I think about what feels nice, these are the 5 that come to mind. So I'm going to start off with this one right here. So this is a Gucci bamboo top handle bag. I have no idea the name or when it was made, but this leather here is so soft and supple, and I'm not sure. It might be lambskin because it just feels so smooth. There are definitely scratches and such, so definitely not the most durable. When I did get it, I unboxed it and it wasn't stuffed, so it looked really kind of like wrinkly. This side especially, but this side looks pretty good. Just feels so nice. I feel like that's just going to be the theme of this video. It's like, you know, if only you could feel through the camera here. Just the suppleness, the smoothness, the squishiness. And I think part of it is because it is vintage, but also it's just a really top quality leather. And then speaking of vintage, this is definitely lambskin. This is a Chanel bag. And vintage Chanel, and I'll probably do close-ups here, but they will start sort of almost like flaking off in a way, abrasions, because it is so delicate. But it feels very nice. So just a comparison of the two. But yes, vintage lambskin from Chanel will always feel so smooth and supple, but yes, they are very delicate. I got both of these through Brandier, which is my favorite Japanese reseller on eBay. Go with a more modern one, and this is the one that inspired this video, this tag, which is the Row East West India bag. I bought this in store in Japan in person, and as much as the grain leather feels wonderful, like, so it's a different kind of feeling. It's still supple, but it's more of a matte texture. It's really the inside that shines for bags from the Row as well, because it's all lined in lambskin, which is really nice. It's so smooth and soft. It feels like the vintage lambskin from Chanel. Like, that's just how beautiful it feels, which is really nice. You know, when you slip your hand in to grab something, it's a little touch of softness, which is always welcome. I do keep this bag stuffed because I want to keep it as nice as possible. This is actually the only grain leather entry in my little handbag tag here, because, you know, I personally like grained leather. I think it's more durable, but because it's hardy, it's usually not as like soft and supple. But yeah, the one that the Row uses always has a little bit of matteness to it that just feels really luxurious. Next is this vintage Hermes, and so this is box leather. This is calf skin, but it's processed in such a special way that it has that sheen, but it also has a softness because of it. And then I also like this clutch. I don't have a name for it. I have no idea what it's called, but it's old. It's like an envelope clutch. But the inside of this is Milo lambskin, and vintage Lima lambskin feels so nice. Like, it's just really luxurious. Like, my box Kelly and such, they're not lined with the Milo lambskin, so that's why I chose this bag over the Kellys. I got this one off of Brandier for a really good deal, and it just feels so nice. It's funny that I have a lot of dark browns and blacks. And the only blue here is my So Kelly. And this isn't Swift, but it's an old Swift. I'm pretty sure it's kind of had this like sheen to it now. This one is from 2008. Very well worn. It's stuffed right now, so that's why it's still holding its structure. And of course, there's some scratches, but for some reason, like, I wouldn't say modern Swift feels like this. I don't know if this is maybe what happens when it patinas, where it just gets like a much more smushier, softer feel. But yes, these are the 5 bags in my collection, which I feel like have the best leathers, mostly smooth leathers, which is funny because I'm not a smooth leather kind of gal usually, but these are just what popped into my collection and they felt so good I couldn't let them go. And they're all vintage except for the Row East West India bag. So I think that's kind of saying something. Granted, I have a lot of vintage bags, but I also do have some modern and new Hermes and Loewe and Celine. And of all the modern bags, the Row bag's my favorite. So anyways, that's it. It's short and sweet. I'll be tagging some of my favorites. You know, Sam from Bargain Hunting Blonde, Lindsay from Luxe Leather Revival, Jessie from Jessie Styles, Maggie from Maggie X Chew, Kat from Kat L, Kim from KK Loves CC. It's my first time making a tag, so if you guys could play along, that'd be awesome. But thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, I kindly ask that you hit that like button down below. If you could subscribe, that would greatly support this channel. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye!